Alright then. To start with, I suppose I shall thank the people who followed me in the time that I have been away. Thank you to Aquapunk. I know why they followed me. We've been talking a little bit over various matters. But the other surprise 4 followers are Grim Crowley, Mr. Sad Penguin, Major Ghosts, and Fernway Studio. I'm not sure where they came from or why they appeared, but they are following the channel now.
I'll get that Hydra.
I'm probably not going to play for too long. I just wanted to play this game.
Wow, you made it all the way to Asphodel that time. That's pretty neat. Still died and everything, but not as quickly as you used to, so that's progress, right?
I guess so.
Okay, I haven't given anything to Hypno yet. I don't believe. Can I check from here? Is it under boons? No, I suppose I can't check from here. Let me try pressing buttons until I open that book. No. Ah, I found it, finally. Hypno. Does it say whether or not that I've gifted them something? I think it might. I believe that bow might represent gifting. Because I know I've gifted Karen and Nyx and Meg. There's still someone I haven't met yet. That's interesting. Zeus, Poseidon, Athena. I've not given her a gift. I don't want to run into her any more than I need to. Her boons are not very useful.
Patroclus. So that's his name.
Ah. Wonder why it shows up here. What did I guess he was? I don't think I guessed Patroclus. Oh. I'm going to attempt to give Hypno a gift anyways. Where is he? Is he a chthonic god? Yes. Hypnos. Yes, I don't believe that I have given him a gift yet. May as well try and see what happens. Gifts aren't all that rare.
Oh, wow, thanks. This is real nice of you. I sure am glad you died out there just now.
I'm glad I died as well, Hypnos. I'm glad I died as well.
Alright, I have given him a gift. That's fine. Ah, the filled heart represents a gift. And Hades has a locked heart. I suppose that means I am unable to give him a gift. I see. Well, that would explain why Aphrodite doesn't have a filled out heart. I want to avoid her boons as much as possible. So is there anyone that I should be giving a gift to? Oh, I can give one to Cerberus, though. I guess that is an error on my part. Well then, moving on. Where have you gone to, Achilles? He's never usually absent. So this is usually a viewing area when you stand in a point like this on the maps. They'll typically show you something.
Father, you always said the Olympians wanted nothing to do with our kind, but doesn't Charon work directly with Hermes? Maybe it's you who wants nothing to do with them.
I want nothing to do with them, correct? My hasty nephew assists Kerol out of necessity alone. Not even Thanatos is able to keep up with the rate at which mortals expire and must then cross our borders.
Want me to pitch in? Just give me your blessing and I'll head straight for the surface.
No, I think not, boy. You are born of this realm. The surface is a windswept waste. You don't know how good you have it here.
You're right, I don't.
Oh my, I have quite a few of these. They pile up rather quickly. Well, may as well.
I like the sound of this. Work approved and here's the fee, good contractor.
Go practice your declaiming someplace else.
There's probably better investments for it.
At the time I vanquished 7 legions of bloodless warriors with both hands tied behind my back while hopping on one foot. Lord Poseidon dared me to do it, you know.
Why, that is a spectacularly vivid tale, Zagreus, and most deserving to be chronicled in song. Would that there were a poet here still willing to commit such deeds to verse.
Would that there were, mate.
Meg doesn't have anything new to say.
Leave me be, damn you. I've better things to do than occupy your time.
Nothing else to do here.
The Olympians can't really see me, can they, Nyx? I mean, not very well. I get that they can sense details here and there, but they don't know the full extent of what's going on. Are we really so far beyond their influence?
You are enshrouded from them, child. For your own benefit and theirs. They know as much as necessary to assist. And I trust they shall, for as long as you require. They are bound to one another as family. And they know that you require aid. Do not be too prideful to accept.
I won't.
This game has a lot of repeated patterns in it. I notice it a lot in the clothes that people wear. For instance, Nyx has darkness all over her. Let's see, which of these do I like more? Probably thick skin. I'm not a big fan of situational bonuses.
Can't afford that. Felt that, I think.
Did I always leave fiery footprints? Or is that new?
What's going on, Skelly?
Oh, he has nothing new to say to me. That's a first. Well, I'm going with the fists. Is there anything I could do to upgrade this?
Are you?
Dodge chance. Special becomes magnetic cutter. That might be interesting, but I do like the right click. Well, the modifications that the right click has. Does that have a counter on it? I would hope so. I do like both of these. What does the fist mean? That's typically the symbol of something that's already equipped. But I haven't unlocked it yet. Well, I will spend 1 blood on aspect of Talos.
Grant me the aspect of Talos.
Yes, it does have the fist on it.
Talos. Myself. Me.
Alright. Ah, I see. How... That has a very long range. Alright. So about half screen. Alright. Interesting.
Again.
Now, I wonder, does the hammer have new forms of upgrading the special? I'll get to see immediately. Well, I guess I'll take this one, since I have yet to take it. And it affects my special as well. Alright.
My keepsake.
What keepsake do I have? I don't actually remember. Is it the one from Hermes, I believe, then? Ah, that one can't move. So it is properly immobile.
It's his power.
Okay, so darkness is specifically Nyx's power. I was hoping... I always very specifically say that I do not care for any of Aphrodite's boons. Yet here I am, faced with running into yet another one.
Hi, Aphrodite.
You won't just let me skip this, will you?
Just as soon as you arrive, so let's just get you out of there for now.
I've just realized that she isn't wearing a shirt. Well, let's take this. I won't use my cast anyways. Additionally, this is a very short-ranged weapon. So it doesn't particularly matter that it changed. Let's just use it for fun. Does enough damage. But I don't care for the status.
Short work. Not yet.
What? Ah, the portal appeared directly underneath. Oh,
Going in.
let's do it. I'm already at full health anyways.
The charms of goddess Aphrodite are upon you unmistakably. Although I shall be curious to see if her command over one's sense of love shall have any effect beneath the earth.
Oh, I severely hope not. This is perfect. I hate casting. And I very much enjoy dash striking. Oh, and I get some coins as well. Ah. And additionally, I can come see,
Hello, sir.
the... What's his name? Sisyphus.
Did you ever meet Electo, Sisyphus? The Fury Megara's nastier sister? We recently became acquainted, she and I.
Ah, fortunately I've not seen too much of her myself, Prince Zed. And based on everything that I've seen and heard, I'd like to keep it that way for a while. I hope she doesn't cause you too much trouble there.
Alright. Well, I'll take darkness then,
Here you go.
Thank you,
as it also provides me with a sizable amount of healing.
Until next time, alright?
The fates are being kind, I guess.
They certainly are.
Heidi reached you first, did she? Sounds exactly like something she'd do. She has a knack for trouble. So let's just stay focused here.
Don't worry, Lady Artemis. I'll take the simple critical upgrade on attacks.
To my health, although I'm full.
I suppose if I had taken the obol, that would have been a better outcome.
Sounds like Chiron's breathing up ahead.
I would have liked to purchase that pomegranate. Oh. I guess I'll just be skipping this shop then. There are plenty of pots here to break. Oh, I didn't take any damage from that. I was a bit worried for a second there. And once again, I'm not interested in getting any of Aphrodite's boons. Well, at this point in time, I would have very much preferred to have the ability to break shields faster. This isn't going too poorly. I did lose half of my health. But Athena's fairly good for boons.
Cut himself off from the rest of us. Many times have we attempted peace to no avail.
No, I do... No, nothing here. I did want... What was it? The ability to deflect with my dash. My cat's just appeared, so if my face turns strange, then it's him walking in front of my camera. I sure would hope that you don't linger too long here, Sebastian. You're in a particularly annoying position right now. I'm going to have to move you. There we are, he's in his bed now. No? Well, at least he's leaving the table. Maybe not. Well, I'll take this one purely for the purposes of filling out the roster. I don't feel like this is going to be a particularly successful run. And resisting trap damage is something that I would hope that I don't have to worry about. Well, I feel like I actually enjoy the timed rooms quite a bit. It just lets me fight with no holding back. How to explain it? It's a room that is purely for the purposes of fighting. There's no nuances about it. It's very straightforward. Especially with this weapon. It is pure combat. I should be using my special more, especially on ranged enemies. There we are. And I can obtain some healing as well. I will go for the pomegranate. I was considering taking some of the obol. But there's not particularly much that I need. Let's see, the only really negative aspect about this draw-in punch is that it's not entirely clear how far it draws in from. Sure, it's half the screen, but that's pretty difficult to measure when you're looking vertically at the screen. Yes. The basic attack. I probably could have spent something at that pool. But I do rather like Ares' boons. I think I'll take his call ability. I so infrequently use calls, hopefully I can remember what it's bound to.
I bet Tissiphane's up. Not quite.
Will he ever be correct in his predictions?
Please tell me that you didn't steal the most dangerous, unstable artifact sealed shut within your father's vault.
It wasn't I who stole them, if that's any reassurance to you, Meg.
You are a hopeless fool. You cannot possibly know what you're doing with those things. You put them back exactly where you found them.
What a casual scolding. Feels almost childish. Ah, I can't draw her in, I see. Oh, then. Ah, it's F. Probably poor timing. Well, I don't think I'm going to beat her without defying death. Come now, Meg. Can't be impervious to everything. I would have appreciated some warning as to when that was about to end. There we are. I wasn't too worried about losing my second defiance.
Look at this.
But it was a thought.
Let's hear it, Father.
Oh. Wait, what boon do I have equipped? No, that is the one that I thought it was.
Should I take the trade?
Okay, well, I can purge that boon. Now then, I'm at full health. No. None of it.
Closer to the surface.
I wonder if I'll make it to, Elysium in this run. It's possible. I'm not too hopeful. Although I wouldn't say it's too far out of the realm of possibility. Do I still take damage from the lava when the stage is finished? I don't particularly care to find out. Oh, can I only grab one enemy at a time with the pull-in punch? It seemed like it. Ah, and they can't be pulled through solid walls either. I have been wondering on this stage why it is that craters appear on the ground, despite the fact that nothing is being summoned into them, they're just appearing.
Right there.
This one here specifically, it just popped into existence. I don't want to have to fight for a present from Aphrodite. Even if it does come bundled with a present from Ares. Ooh, what is this? I've not seen this before.
How goes it, Zagreus?
Ah. An unknown gift. Your god gauge, is that for calls? Well, I've not gathered it before, so may as well experiment a little bit.
Which bones are going to be?
The searing flame and ashes of the river Phlegethon mean nothing to the ferryman Charon, who travels all the waters of the underworld bearing the dead, the damned, and all their fineries.
I do enjoy dead people's fineries.
It's a perk of the job, for sure. Ah, it's this boss.
This isn't
Ah, interesting. You can force them to attack each other. Oh, hopefully I can finish this quickly. Why am I keep forgetting that I'll get stuck when I'm hit with this, so whenever I can't move, I am unsure as to why. Yes, I don't believe I'll be running too much longer than maybe even a single run. Oh. Well, once again, it is a untaken ability. I am rather worried about my current health total. My screen seems to be worried about it as well, judging by the vignetting that I am getting. It does do a fair amount of damage. Let's see. I was about to wonder if my dash attack had been upgraded yet, but of course it has. It was only a 4-encounter limitation. I do quite need the bonus health. So I'll take the bonus health. Not much to talk about in these sorts of situations. I'm just oh. I'm not a fan of the bomber enemies. And luckily for them, they aren't a fan of me either. I am a fan of dash attacks. I do need to remember to use my call more often. Perhaps I can get some attack speed here. Alright.
You there, boss? You doing well? Everything good and all? Can't hear you one iota, mind, so then don't answer.
That's very well. Special is faster, attack is faster. I may as well use this run to fill out on my lesser used boons. Oh, you have returned once again, cat. If you aren't going to move, I will move you myself. I cannot see. Come now. Maybe I can prod you into moving some more. No? You are pressing your face into my keyboard. Alright. Once again, I must move him out of the way. Alright, the pull-in special, yes, doesn't do anything against the Hydra. Ah, and I should be remembering to use my cast against him, because all enemies take bonus damage if I have a cast gem in them. Alright. And then, time to deal with these bony friends. Yes. Perhaps I should save that for dealing with the Hydra's main body. I would very much prefer you to come into my punching range. There we are. Very difficult to deal with. All of these dots of creep on the ground. He creates so many of them, too. Now then, let's begin the pummeling. Alright, now to get out. Ah. Ooh, I didn't realize that there were going to be two of them right next to each. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm about to die. I'm at 2 health. There's no way that I survived the boss fight. Yes. I was mid-dodge while that happened.
Oh, that stupid Hydra.
Yes, as I thought I was not going to reach, the other place.
Hypnos, what would it take for you to let me through the locked door down the hall?
That's a good one. You know I can't let you enter your dad's private chambers anymore since you betrayed his trust and tried to run away from home. Sorry, master's orders.
Nothing for me back there anyway.
So is that this room here?
You tell me if I did anything wrong, wouldn't you, Prince?
Well.
Achilles, wanted to ask you more about the weapons I've been using. They can change shape. So they've molded themselves to suit me and remember their past wielders, something like that?
Something like that. They seem alive, don't they? Taking everything in. I think they long predate even your father's time. Some have seen many different owners. Chances are you shall not be the last.
In the meantime, I'll take good care of them.
Disgraceful.
Alright. Now then I can give him a gift.
Look what I got for you, boy.
As one of Cerberus's heads receives the prince's gift, another muzzles something back into his hand.
Thank you, boy. Hey, did you see, boy? The old lounge is good as new again. You have to check it out. Just don't annihilate it like you did last time.
Each savage countenance of Cerberus lights up to hear the news, doubtless beginning to assemble stratagems for ravaging the lounging area once more.
Don't even think about it, boy. Here, boy. Just as long as one of your 3 heads enjoys these pets.
I grow nauseous merely listening to this. You have been keeping our contractor rather busy, I must say. Commissioning these frivolous projects around the house with the wealth you wrest from my domain. What are you hoping to achieve?
Oh, you know, just giving back to the community. Figure if I'm to keep getting dragged back here, it might as well be somewhat livable.
Livable? When last I checked, making the underworld livable was not among our top priorities. Just remember, in your brazenness, whose house this is.
I do very much appreciate that jest.
Thought I'd find Meg here.
Zagreus, you appear to have grown stronger since when we last interacted, child. Your bedroom mirror may appear to be the cause, but then of course the real cause is you.
Your faith in me means a lot, Nyx.
Let's see.
The fated list of minor prophecies.
Now then. What is the purpose of getting darkness as a reward for doing this? I suppose that means there's more to the game after you beat it? And who is this final god? Or... well, no, Underworld. Perhaps it's the... no, it wouldn't be the Minotaur and... who is it? Perseus? No. Typhon? No. The other one in the Minotaur fight. It's not them, I doubt it. Who is the final person, then? Alright, I'm only missing 2 here. I'm missing quite a bit more. Same there and there. Oh. But only 1 from Artemis. I just wish I was given the data list more frequently. Ah, so you have to equip them, not just collect them for it to count. Tractor the rail, the fists. There's actually quite a few that I haven't gotten. I do wish the hammer was always your first option.
There you are.
Hello, Skelly. Oh. I may do 1 more run.
What's that one there?
Alright. Ah. Just flat health boost. That's fine.
Should help.
I think I will use this. I wish you could hold this button to attack. I'm getting too used to the fists.
Sulk in your chambers all you like, for I care not. I have eternity to finish with this work, so your assistance is entirely unneeded.
You don't need me and I don't need you.
So I'm noticing that that is preceded by the, or not preceded, but subtitled by the word sulk. Does that influence how the... does that influence how the rooms or enemies act? I'll take this one once again. It is... ah. It seems like it may. I don't remember these guys having armbands. Although that may be entirely just misinterpretation on my part. Yes, as long as I continue dashing. This is fairly strong. Oh. And I guess it'll get even stronger now that I'm going to upgrade it with a pomegranate.
More souls fastidious.
There we are.
Delicious.
Blade Rift's the only one I have. May as well go for keys. I already have a gift in pocket. And not too many people left to give it to for boons. I believe the only one is... whoever the prisoner is in Elysium. And my chances of getting there aren't the highest. Huh. I wouldn't mind a boon from Zeus. I don't know that I've gotten too many boons from Zeus. Oh, I thought he died. No matter.
Nephew, I have somewhat of a favor I must ask. You tell your father, if you so happen to run into him again, that his brother Zeus forgives him and would like to reconnect and welcome him into the family again. You tell him for me,
Hmm. Well, I guess I'll take this one. Perhaps it will influence me to use my special more. Even though his basic attacks push people away. It just doesn't... I'm not sure where to attach it to his attack string. Is it at the end? Is it in the middle in replace of his final attack? Is it just for dealing with crowds of enemies? And shouldn't be strung into many combos? I don't know. Bonus health on top of the rather sizable passive health boost that I got from my boons and mirror. These armored enemies are particularly annoying. Especially given that those ones have attacks that are useful to be negated. I don't have enough opal to spend. Let's see, can these bombs trigger and destroy other enemies? Or not, because they are projectiles launched from an enemy and not actually environmental damage?
Not now.
Ah, I see.
Do not so much as think about it.
I didn't actually look what was inside it, but I would have wanted it anyways. There we are. 2 left, 2 left. There we go. Not bad. I don't think I even took damage.
There we go.
I barely even lost any darkness. They were all fairly low health enemies, and they grouped around me, making my special ideal. There we are. I suppose that attack does also push enemies away, so it's good for knocking them into traps or walls, if the situation so calls for it. No, then, I believe I would prefer to take deflection over crit chance. I wonder, what would I prefer to have it on? My basic attack? Or no, not my special. Probably my basic attack, then. I missed my cast. There we go. I wanted it to do more damage.
That's what you get.
I understand you've been in contact with my father. Your Uncle Zeus, I mean. He's taken interest in your plight. You should feel honored.
Hmm. Hmm. I'm not particularly interested in any of these. Perhaps I'll take this one.
The shield of light.
Ah, that's actually far better than I thought it was. And the fact that it moves so slowly means... Oh, it doesn't hit things that are directly in front of me. But it does do a very large amount of damage. And it causes the cast to stick. Ah, and it homes fairly well. Not exquisitely, but enough. Ah. I will almost always take the chance to modify my attacks. Is that the name of this enemy, or was he just insulting them? Why did that not deflect?
Keep them coming.
Felt like it should have. Let's see, I'm pretty sure the next room will be the boss. So that means... or no, it's not. Room after next, then? We're about close enough. I wouldn't expect it to be too much longer. Which, in that case, I should take that fountain for any temporary upgrades. Well, may as well.
Need all the firepower I can get.
Oh. Well. And that's what I wanted this to do anyways. May as well take that. And I will gain some darkness. It fills my health as well. Now then. To upgrade? I don't see why not. Although I could gain a boon on my basic attack. Oh. I think I'll take Hermes.
Should help keep me going.
Yes, I'll take that one.
That's the stuff.
That looks very nice. That is very fast.
This time. I knew it.
What do you mean you knew it?
Murder?
That was the first time you've ever gotten it right. Oh, this is such a powerful cast.
Lights out.
I think this may be the first time I managed to beat Tisiphone without using a single count of... what is it? Death Defiance. Especially given that she's so projectile heavy, especially here. Yes. That completely shuts down her projectiles. There we are. As long as I time my dodges correctly. Oh. There goes my prediction. I only had to hit her twice more. I'm so very disappointed in myself. Although, to be fair, that attack hits the entirety of the narrow chamber that you're stuck in.
Maybe I should switch.
No, I didn't mean to open that. I don't believe there's anything that I wish to sell.
I needed one of those.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Going up.
I feel as if it is possible that I will be able to defeat the Hydra on this run. I don't mind running into Dionysus. He has decent boons. That's amusing looking. Alright, where are the enemies at? Hello. Come now. These are very minimal enemies. It feels like they're barely even present. There's almost nothing to do. I'd prefer that the cast didn't hit those walls. But oh well. It deals such a satisfying amount of damage. Although I suppose that'll disappear soon. Yes, I'll put it on my basic attack. No, I don't need that. Let's go for some obol. Yes, running that into a group is very useful. Perhaps I should be using the special to close the distance more than the dash attacks. Or is that purely for dealing with crowds? It's very hard to tell what I should be using it for. That does work fairly efficiently for both, so perhaps it's not meant to be anything specific. Even more obol. Come now, drop already. There we go. I kept missing him with my basic attacks. He got a chance to move into the air. Wonder if he can die in the air because of the hangover. Oh, I'm being reckless in this room. See, he is over there somewhere, yes. Perfect. Well. I suppose I'll go to the shop. Hopefully he has a gyro to eat. Or a euro.
A river market.
It does. Good. Oh. May as well buy everything. May as well.
Tower of Olympus.
Yes, I'll boost the rift. Ah, and another Ares gift. Ah. There you go. I don't believe I can cause her to paralyze herself. That would be interesting, but fairly ludicrous. Come on, drop down. I didn't get the full combo off. There we go. Now then... Yes, increasing the area of the Blade Rift as well. My dash has now become a fairly integral part of my moveset. Does it break pots? It does. Can I just dodge around and kill my enemies this way? It's not a very engaging form of combat, but it will kill things eventually. Perhaps I should be doing something similar to that. If it ever comes down to it, and I need to defeat a boss in a very lame way, I can probably do that then. Just poke them once or twice to inflict some hangover, and dash around. Land a cast in so they take bonus damage from having a cast inside of them. This is a very large room. Very many enemies. I wonder why. Is this the penultimate room? Feels like that's a bit early. I don't know. That should kill him. I'm very low on health. I would prefer not to go into the boss like this. Oh. What are the chances I'll have a gyro 2 in a row? And that would be the only thing I could buy as well. Probably best to risk it. If not, he may have a pomegranate shard. Well, I guess all I can buy is a key. Well, this is assuredly going to cost me my last point of death defiance. Oh. I was unaware that this form of the Hydra existed. What killed me? Oh, I feel as though I'm barely dealing any damage. Oh, I'm still at 23 health, so I'm not doing too poorly. Oh, 16 health now. Yes, I don't think I'm going to be defeating the Hydra this time. It doesn't seem like that's in the cards. Yes. I'm at 4 health now. Yes. Oh, Major Ghosts, welcome. I've just died. I was planning on going for one more round. But thank you for coming along. I might have been a bit too distracted to see the raid in action. Oh, welcome. And I also see Aquapunk here as well.
Well, sign me in then.
Yes, welcome. This is a bit more of a guerrilla stream. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I was doing a fair amount of administrative jargon work today. I'm streaming a bit later than I normally do.
That's what I was afraid of. Although fear is for the weak.
I also tend not to talk over any of the dialogue.
Clean the tiles, water the trees.
Although now that I have more people around, I may be inclined to conversation.
In spite of my insistence, you do not. What do you expect that I should do about this, Nyx? What would you do in my position? Deception in my very house and home. Answer me.
Hades, my relationship with him remains unchanged. It is the very same relationship from when you first requested I take care of him. He has my full support and always shall. You must know this. He wishes now to leave. I shall make no attempt to stop him.
What good is any one of you? He's not even your son, and yet you coddle him. You know as well as I that he cannot succeed. You fill his mind with harmful delusions. If that is what you want for him, then please, proceed at pace.
Again, because of me.
Yes, thank you for the compliment on my outfit, Major Ghosts. I, of course, designed it myself, but a lot of the finer details and coloring were handled by my artist, Akihika. And you said you were working on your planner? Aquapunk? What specifically do you mean by that? Let's see, I may want to switch boons. I'm still not certain whose keepsake this will go to. Perhaps it's the unmet member of the Chthonic troop. I see. Well then, I'm going to attempt a run for Zeus items. I will take the railgun, as that is the one with the current bonus. I'm just noticing that there are 3 pedestals here that clearly have collision. So there's a chance that... no, they aren't weapon slots. They must be modifiers of some sort that I have yet to unlock.
You learned about your plight and your existence from the goddess Nyx. All of us on Olympus rallied to assist you just as best we could. A family such as mine protects its own.
I can't believe I've not gotten the basic attack upgrade from Zeus. Seems like such a simple one. Now then. The last time I used this weapon, I had the Daedalus upgrade that caused me to not need to reload. I need to get used to shooting this gun again. It's surprisingly easy to use. What is the special with this? Ah, yes, the mortar strike. Perhaps I will... Both of these are very good boons. I think I prefer Artemis. I would like to get passive crit chance. Yes, this basic attack upgrade with the gun is very useful. It allows me to hit in an area with a weapon that is normally incredibly single target.
The rail of adamant. Seems much too noisy complicated as a hunting weapon when you could just use a nice quiet bow, but hey, to each her own.
Specialist stronger, cast seek foes. There it is. Any damage can be a critical. Yes, I believe I could probably take it from the top. I'm assuming you know what roguelike games are. The premise is that you move through a randomly generated dungeon, obtaining upgrades and various modifiers to your characters as you go along. This game has a gimmick where, not necessarily a gimmick, but the premise is that as you are exploring, you are actually uncovering a story, which is fairly atypical in roguelikes. Well, not necessarily atypical, but the story is very specific, I guess. For instance, in Binding of Isaac, you are uncovering themes, but there's never necessarily a story that you are learning about. But this one has a very overt story about Zagreus attempting to escape from the Greek underworld in order to, initially it seems, in order to reconnect with the gods of Olympus. See, I'll upgrade the critical as well. Yes, it's initially seen as he is attempting to reunite with the gods of Olympus, Zagreus being the son of Hades, god of hell. But he is actually attempting to find his mother Persephone, which is a bit odd because I don't remember any myths that specify her leaving the underworld for an extended period of time. And if she did, that would mean that it was constantly summer on the surface or constantly winter, because her mother is the god that is in control of, I believe, the harvest? Some form of nature god at the very least. So whenever Persephone is in the underworld, she is, her mother, that is causing it to be winter on the surface out of grief at her daughter's absence. But that means that whenever Persephone isn't in the underworld, it's the summer. Yes. Yes, it's the story of seasons, which means that either the seasons are incredibly messed up on the surface, or something else is odd. Either that or they didn't take that into consideration while making this game. Not entirely unheard of, but they've been fairly attentive to details like that, so I'm wondering what the justification is for the surface world having seasons that are entirely out of the ordinary. Yes, you enjoy yourself, Major Ghosts. Have some good food. There we are. I feel as if that was one of the better runs I've had against that mini-boss.
extra potent for you. Ought to keep you going for a while longer than you're used to there.
Let's see. I feel as if I started talking about the game mechanics, but I just sort of expanded into talking about Greek myth instead. Let's see, game mechanics. I'm not quite sure where I left off, so it's very difficult for me to continue. I guess I can do very simple stuff. There are a total of 6 weapons that you can choose to start each run with. Let's see, what are they? There is a sword, a spear, a shield. Let's see, the gun, which I'm using, gauntlets, and a bow. Let's see, specifically, the fists are my favorite weapon. I enjoy the ability to move quickly and attack quickly. And I historically like fist weapons a fair bit in most media that uses them. I'm a fan of the impact of punches. That love probably stems from martial arts movies, which I used to watch a fair amount of. Classic kung fu movies. I haven't seen them recently, mainly because, well, classic kung fu movies aren't particularly made that much anymore. It's still a genre that I enjoy quite a lot. Let's see. Yes, and as you are going through the dungeons, you are presented with either a choice of 2 rooms or a single room. And in the crystal ball on each of the rooms shows you what you will get as a reward for clearing that room. Sometimes you don't need to clear them, and they're fairly simple. Such as this. This is just a healing room. You unlock rooms such as these by progressing, so in this next room I can get either gems or darkness. I will go for the gems. These are each used to upgrade various different things in the either home base that you return to after you die, or upgrade your character. The gems are used to give to the contractor, who makes upgrades to the dungeon itself, and provides you with access to things such as the healing room that I just utilized. And darkness is typically used to upgrade your character or various weapons, I believe. Or no, there's no way to upgrade the weapons. Yes, I think it is strictly just upgrading your character, which are permanent upgrades. Let's see. This is a very annoying enemy to hit. Keeps hiding behind pillars. There we go. It does feel like the amount of gems you get from clearing a room is a bit low considering the cost of upgrading many of the items. Oh, you. This is a boon from Aphrodite. A character that or not a character, but she has boons that I don't particularly care for.
Guessing Electo? Sure enough.
Yeah, he's actually starting to guess which enemy will come up next. My favorite character in the game? Probably Sisyphus. The man who, when he died, his penalty was to push a boulder up a hill constantly until the end of time. He's very polite, and he gives very nice treasures. Aha. Fortunately, the chain lightning boon is not very useful against bosses. It does almost nothing, especially since I don't believe she summons... No, she summons some ads. Yes, there they are. I guess that means I can focus my attention on her. Oh. Ah. I didn't actually realize that that was what the charm did. Not very useful in boss fights, but, well, I guess it can be situationally useful. Oh. She's a very difficult enemy to fight with this gun. I'm also not a fan of traps that are all over the place in this room. I don't know if she can take damage from these traps. Doesn't seem like it. I hit her with the charm, but I don't think that actually did anything. Oh dear. Huh. I'm doing better against her than I normally do. Ooh. Okay, well. Just shot myself in the foot there with my electric chain gun. Wasn't paying enough attention to where her rage bullets were. I just need to focus on dodging. There we go. Got the last one.
She won't like this.
Hello, Mr. Sad Penguin. Yes, I noticed that a lot of you followed me fairly recently. So thanks for the company. I did say that at the beginning of the stream, but there wasn't anyone in here at the time. Yes, I do wonder.
Damn it, can't get that.
That would have been useful. Oh. Guess I don't have any boons that I wish to sell either. May as well just move on then.
Closer to the surface.
Oh, apparently I have actually beaten the Hydra with this weapon. I don't remember that.
Made it to Asphodel.
I've had a lot of trouble with the Hydra today. I haven't beaten him once yet. I've only gotten 2 previous runs in, but I normally can deal with it quite easily. Oh my, I thought you were going to stop attacking. Well, that was 14 health that I definitely didn't need to lose. Yeah, it feels like they normally stop attacking far sooner than that. Oh well. Let's see, I'm curious, how familiar are any of you with Greek myth? It's a subject that I am a bit more familiar than I feel most people are. It was a subject I found particular interest in as a youth. Oh my. Feels like they just lock you in. Feels like that's particularly difficult to dodge when they're doing that. mythology book. Interesting. Yeah, so I did most of my research online. Not very specific research, mind you, just research. I was interested in writing when I was younger, so I did like to look at a lot of mythology for inspiration, but I never followed through on that particularly much. And it's not really a point of interest for me that much these days. These bombers are... Oh. I thought this one was one that threw a lobbing bomb, but it's actually just a straight projectile. That's a bit easier to deal with. Ah, that's what the craters are for. I couldn't tell. I was sort of hoping that that charmed enemy would attack the other enemy, but it seems not. Yes. I was musing on my last run as to what the purpose of those craters was that appear after you've beaten the first wave of enemies, but they release poison smoke. I had noticed the poison smoke beforehand, but I never actually connected that they were the cause. Ah, the Daedalus Hammer. Daedalus Hammer is probably my favorite boon to receive, as it completely changes how you play the game. Deals damage in an area, seeks the nearest foe, and bounces. Yes, the hammer changes the function of your weapon instead of causing it to have modifiers. It's very interesting to be able to completely change your playstyle. Interesting. The ricochet... it combines? I wonder. If the bullet ricochets to an additional foe, does it then imbue the bouncing lightning attack, the chain lightning? Spear. I haven't used that one very much. Spear may be one of my less used ones. Bow is my least used. I think the railgun may be my second most least used, because it's the newest. But I think spear then comes after that one. I'm not quite sure which one to take. These all seem very interesting, and I've not yet gotten any of them. I'll take the ricochet fire. It seems like it would have the most synergy with my current kit. Yes, I have. I believe the shield would probably rank third on my most used. Oh, I just missed every single one of those shots. Yes. My favorite weapon is the fists. And then I believe it would be shield. I enjoy the bull rush abilities. The ability to just charge in with little concern for any damage coming in. That was very modern jargon for you to say there, Zagreus. Multiple foes spotted? Is that because I'm using the gun? Also, there weren't multiple foes. I just killed the one and it triggered the next wave. There are multiple foes now. An odd thing to say. Ah. I keep getting hit by these Medusa heads. I wish those projectiles didn't track. I have enough to deal with. Alright, back to Zeus. I wonder, what other boons could I use from Zeus? I barely have... Oh, this room. This room's a pain. Alright, I need to eliminate one at a time. Just focus on one at a time, hide behind cover. Although, this does seem to be fairly... The synergy I was looking at does seem to be functioning as I thought it would. Also, this is a very sturdy pillar. Although perhaps I should have taken the... What was it? The boon that... The Daedalus Hammer boon that caused my bullets to seek. I specifically avoided Aphrodite.
That sounded rather like a crass remark from you. How shocking that the golden standard for the rest of us should have such words for me.
No matter how much I try to avoid her, she shows up during other gods. Oh. Interesting. This is the first time I've ever seen this. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how useful it'll be. I tend not to use my call very often. I think I'll take Static Discharge. I inflict lightning so often that it's useful regardless. Let's see. I don't know that I've ever seen this room layout before. I've played this game a fair amount at this point. It just seems much larger than I'm used to. Even for Asphodel. Oh. I just sort of assumed that it was going to be a Hydra head, because that's all I'd seen before. I forgot that other types of enemies could appear. Oh. Organ heads. Probably my... No, not my least favorite. Not by far. I'm just not a big fan of being paralyzed. Oh, 3 options. I don't normally get this wide a choice. I'll go for the pomegranate. I wonder, do I upgrade the basic attack or... Oh, a free pomegranate as well. I could get it up to 5%, and I will. Did he just make a pun on his own name? I think he may have.
You touch me, and I shall have your head.
That's all he is. You can't just take everything from him like that. Probably shouldn't have been standing still. It's just a bit too easy with this weapon. Especially against this boss. There's not much he can do when you're standing at range. Yeah, it's fairly simple to defeat this boss when you have a ranged advantage. Very simple. Although I keep getting hit. Perhaps I should reconsider what I mean by simple. And now. I need to learn how to dodge those. Yes, I can just dash through them. I'm just bad at it. Oh. Is that my last Death Defiance? It is. Well. Hopefully I can defeat the Hydras first time. Or not first time. Oh, first time today. I'm not entirely sure what I meant to say, but it is in some way applicable. Ah. I just saw the prompt appear, and I wasn't entirely conscious of what it was. Am I going to lose to the Hydras after using a call? That'd be very unfortunate. Come now. Just die, please. Oh. Well, there I go. I was feeling hopeful that time. It's the third time in a row I've lost to the Hydra.
What do these shades have to say for themselves? I got acquainted with the twin fists of Malphon recently, sir. Fills me with a kind of battle hunger I'd not felt before. To think the empty hand could have as much destructive force as any weapon.
The empty hand has more destructive force than any weapon, lad. It is the only weapon that can wield all others, and without it, all others are nearly powerless. The twin fists are a testament to that. Use them with care. Don't lose your head out there.
Thank you.
And that's not necessarily true, but it's the only weapon that can use all others.
Father, look,
And there are
Lord Uncle Zeus,
probably some examples of
him and he wishes to make peace.
weapons used by other parts of the body that can't be wielded by the hands.
Whatever happened.
Just coming to mind immediately would be some sort of bladed boots. Nothing specific. I don't know that there are many practical weapons.
Forgives me. Zeus forgives me. How dare that blasted little brat? His beard may be luxurious, but he's as much a child as are you. Forgives me. Bah.
What did you do? What happened between you?
None of your business. Go on now and frolic with that lord uncle of yours, the both of them. And don't you ever speak of him to me again. You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hello there.
Although thinking on it further, I suppose you could pick up a bladed boot with your hand and use it that way. It's not exclusively a foot-based weapon.
A setback, then. Alas, you have seen much of Hypnos lately, child. I hope you find his disposition somewhat tolerable. Please tell me plain if this is not the case.
Oh, he's not so bad, Nix. Be proud of your sleepy, cheerful son. Who else among us is able to muster that kind of enthusiasm?
What?
Alright, nothing new from Meg. And then, let's see, have I acquired enough darkness to upgrade anything? Yes, thick skin. Wow. There's a lot of levels of thick skin. Far more than I thought there would be. Let's see, I wonder, does it list anywhere how many times you've used a weapon? No, just the number of foes slain. 760 with the sword. 346 with the spear. 372 with the shield. Yes, you're welcome to lurk there, Aqua. Let's see, with the bow, 389. With the fist, 952. Yes, this is my most used one. Definitely. And with the gun, 347. It's far more equal than I thought. I believe the lowest one was actually the shield? No, there was one that was in the 200s, wasn't there? No. Yes, they're all relatively equal, except for the fists and the sword. And then I will take out the spear. Ah, yes. I remember why I didn't use this weapon very much. I'm not a particular fan of its special. Just feels like it's not as useful as moving forwards and attacking. Although I suppose in some cases where you want to be more careful, it could be better. Let's see, what do I want? So I believe Poseidon's boons are fairly useful for the spear. I don't specifically remember. And who is this? I'm fairly certain I've given a boon to all of the gods, but here's one smack in the middle. Ah, of course. It's Aphrodite. Well then. Let's go with... No, Poseidon's good for the bow. That's right, I remember that now. Who do I want? I'll just stick with the spiked collar. Simple enough.
Ready.
Alright. Ah, I was hoping for the hammer.
Hey, how you living life down there right now? All right, I take it, yeah? No, wait, though, I have just the thing.
Let's see. I'll just take the one on basic attacks. Get a little bit of chip damage in on all of my attacks. May as well. Yes, what is it? The dash strike has such a long range. It feels like it almost invalidates the range advantage that you get from a basic special attack. I feel like I never need to hit enemies any farther away than I can reach with my normal attacks. Ah, the hammer. Perfect. This hammer is probably one of my favorite aspects about the game. It causes your runs to become so different. And I didn't even have to do too much. Alright, the spin attack. Triple jab seems like the one that I would like the most. Ooh, interesting. Ah, but it doesn't do anything to the dash attack. That's unfortunate. Oh, then. I suppose I'll be getting keys to make my mirror better. I need quite a few. That's definitely not bad. Yes, triple strike is fairly useful. Ah, and Poseidon. Let's see. I think... What do I want from Poseidon? I can't put knockback on my basic attack. It's already got poison on it. Perhaps I don't actually want any Poseidon boons. I just thought I did. Oh, hopefully I can get the one that's random items.
Not just water, little Hades. Any of the dead you face, they met
Oh, I guess I'll take the unchosen one. Even though I don't particularly like this one. First 10 seconds of an encounter, that's very limited. I guess it is a 50% boost, but it's taking me a long time to even get to the enemies. Alright, and now it's worn off. Let's see. Especially in situations like this, where the enemies trickle in slowly over time. Just feels like there's better boons, and that one's assigned such a high rarity. For such an average upgrade. Well, I suppose in situations like that it's fairly useful, where there's multiple large enemies straight out of the gate. But it takes so long for any new enemies to get in. They have such a long spawn time. The animation lasts an exceptionally long period. Oh. I've improved the spiked collar. Yes, alright. I suppose it's not as poor as I thought it was, if there are situations where there are many high-health enemies to start a raid. Or not a raid, but a room. Come now. Ares boon after a mini-boss. I suppose it's also good for mini-bosses, and... no, just mini-bosses. Mini-bosses have a low enough health pool that you can deal a substantial amount before that bonus wears off. This poor boss just didn't do anything.
The blessing of your uncle Lord Poseidon might have helped you to this point, but here, my gift shall see you further still.
Alright. Again, I'll take the one that I don't particularly like, but I haven't chosen it yet. Just to fill out the checklist. Alright, enemies, let's go. I guess the AoE nature of my attack also helps the limited time damage boost as well. Because I don't believe the attack damage is diminished at all. As far as I can remember. This is a Trove trial that's actually worth it. Yes. For instance, it doesn't help me at all with Trove trials. Because these only ever take place after the entire room has been defeated. Huh. I'm just moving back and forth on this boon. I think I've settled on it is useful, but only begrudgingly. I think I may actually want to go for the double treasure this time. This is the first time I think it's actually been worth it today. But who do I want first, Ares or Dionysus? I don't know what either of them do. I suppose Dionysus would create clouds of poison smoke, and Ares would send the spinning blades. Which do I feel more confident in avoiding? Probably the blades.
Hey, now that is something, yeah.
Special cast dash. I think I want to leave the dash open. So I'll take the shot instead.
It seems unwise of you to thus dismiss my suffer then, a while by my hand.
Ares, forgive me.
Alright. Now, where is the danger? Oh, it's just, incredibly easy to avoid AoEs. I expected a bit more from Lord Ares. Yes. These are surprisingly simple to dodge.
You crossed the fields of death impressively back there. Though you are fortunate I'm in a giving mood.
I don't know that that's ever been a case in mytho history, Ares being in a good mood. Oh, I guess I'll take the call again. No, none of those are particularly interesting to me. Let's see. Pomegranate or shop? I think I'll go for the pomegranate. Yes, I thought it might be a room like this. This doesn't improve the damage at all. Interesting. Oh, I guess I'll upgrade the basic attack then.
Time to face the Furies. Tisiphone.
Oh, he didn't guess which one it was this time.
Please, I'm not a murderer. You don't have to do this.
She's the only member of the cast whose dialogue I ever feel inclined to skip. It's just far too simple. Wow. I can just attack through those projectiles fairly simply. Especially because I do such large AoE damage. I should probably just stop attacking every now and then in order to dodge. I'm not a fan of the fact that she was hidden behind object geometry there. I'm not very talkative during this boss fight. Especially not in this room. That attack is so difficult to dodge in this constrained area. There we go. I probably should have used my call ability a bit earlier. But I managed to retain both uses of my Death Defiance. So this run is already looking upwards.
Here's to a pleasant voyage up in Asphodel.
Let's see. I don't believe I need any of these. So I can save my money for the next time I run into Charon. Ah, yes. Yes, I have not managed to beat the Hydra with this weapon. So this will be a first. Well, it'll hopefully be a first.
Let's see how quickly I can slay you all.
Yeah. I wonder if that is a dialogue line that is triggered because I have Poseidon's blessing that causes me to deal bonus damage in the beginning. Because killing enemies quickly is certainly a boon, or something to attempt at the very least.
Hurry up and get out of there already. It's from the surface of the earth. It says so right here.
None of these are particularly good. Suppose I'll take the evasion one. 10% chance to not get hit by any attack is decent at the very least. Ah. And I can also get plenty of upgrades from this. I always forget this lady's name.
What's the latest, hon?
Eurydice, right.
Down in your fancy house lately?
Well, you mentioned Orpheus. My father had him locked up for a little while for refusing to sing, being court musician and all. But he's out now and doing okay, I think.
Not following instructions, huh? Sounds like Orpheus. All right. Well, if that's the most exciting thing you've got going on, then I haven't missed much being out here.
Alright. What do I want? I believe upgrading my boons is fine. The ones that I have. Do I have enough boons? Yes, I do. 4 boons given +1. Ares, shot, strike. Ah, and the start of round bonus, yes. That'll be fine. I wonder if it increased the duration or the damage at the start of round. Maybe both, although I can't be too hopeful. Seems like it may have been the damage. I'm not entirely certain. You jump too much. Please stay still. There. The cast does a fair amount of damage. A bit more than I thought it did. I don't remember it being quite that good. Oh, I should have gone to the shop. I didn't see that. I always just assume that there's only 2 rooms to choose from. Oh, very nice. It only triggered the boon, the start of round damage boon, in the start of the boat. I guess because it takes so long to trigger the boat cinematic. So they sort of figured that people would consider it unfair if the boon ran out before any of the combat could even start. It was very nice. How kind of them. Alright, and there's plenty of enemies in very close proximity in this game, or in this round. So my cast was actually very useful, as well as my AoE attack, of course. Now then. May as well. The special is a long-ranged attack, so keeping enemies at bay is fairly useful. Although now that I've done it, I do somewhat regret it because some of the benefit of the special is that it backstabs enemies on the way back, but if it knocks them back, and it also has the potential to knock them out of backstab range, which I do not want. But it does keep them away a fair bit. Especially useful on those melee enemies. I just want to be mobile in this round. Normally in games like this, enemies can't attack you if they're off screen. Well, I don't particularly need any more obol, but I don't need too much more health. I'd rather get healing than increase my maximum health. Yeah, most skeletons are Zagreus. I don't know that these enemies deserve such a specific name. In fact, they're very common skeleton enemies. I don't see why these ones get to be called bloodless. In fact, there's probably enemies that aren't skeletons that are bloodless. I know there's some golems later on. In fact, most undead won't have blood in them. What a very specific name for these enemies. Good now. I would like some healing now, but I believe we're going into... Oh no, we aren't going into the final boss. Well then, to the shop for sure. Let's see. I think I'll purchase everything.
I'll take it.
I'll take the basic attack. Dash Strike dealing more damage. That's probably the best one to go for in this situation. I do particularly like the Dash Strike. I like the Dash Strike of most weapons.
Remember me?
I don't think I've seen this horn pattern too often. What is your specific trait, Bone Hydra? Venerian Bone Hydra? Seems to be the waves, but I thought that was the trait of the Hydra that I fought in the previous round. That I was dodging so frequently. Or do they all use the wave trait? Or the wave attack, rather, not trait. I wonder, is it possible to shotgun the triple attack? Or do they only ever get hit by one of them? It seems to be sky projectiles is the specification for this enemy. Alright, I don't want to build up 4 calls, because I want to be able to use them one after the other. These enemies are summoning quite a lot of skeletons. No. I got the greater call. I would have very much preferred not to. I wasn't paying enough attention. Well. I feel like this is probably the best I've ever done. That lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. Alright, perhaps I did want to build it up then.
Beautiful.
I believe I still have 2 uses of Death Defiance left. I may actually manage to be able to beat Elysium, I believe is the next one. Interesting. I'll take a random item.
What do I get?
Ethernet. What do you do? Boon. Start encounters with God gauge 15% full. Alright.
One more floor.
That's fine.
And check.
I tend not to use my call ability on normal rooms, but perhaps this will
Elysium, I've returned.
encourage me to use it more often. Now then, I'll go for gems. They do take the longest to build up. You can get darkness anywhere. This weapon is so very useful for destroying projectiles. Especially with this upgrade. Come now.
Almost finished with these.
It was unusually difficult to hit that statue. Wonder why. Is there reduced, perhaps? A reduced hitbox for the triple shot? Ooh, another hammer. I will always go for the hammer when given the option. Yes, but this Poseidon upgrade is not particularly useful against this type of room. Or possibly even this section of the game. Come now. These butterfly balls are infuriating. I'm sure they have a real name, but they are balls of butterflies, so why not call a spade a spade? And then, here we are. Alright. Oh, I always forget that this weapon has a special attack. Or a spin attack, rather. Ah, thank you for the follow. Ah, I've gotten 2 follows now. Evanet and Angelic Melody. I just saw Angelic Melody just now. At least I caught them within the minute. I don't have any alert notifications or sounds active. It's never something I've had to bother with too much. Now then. I feel like damaging armor is probably the best one to go for. Now then, shop or key? I believe I want more keys at this point. It's a fairly slow build-up at this point. But as long as I continue building keys, and I won't have to worry about it later. I wonder, since the ghosts leave their items laying around to go pick up if you leave them for too long, can a ghost pick up another lingering weapon? Suppose it's possible. I would have to be paying quite a close amount of attention to be able to notice that, if it does happen. I feel like they don't, though. I suppose this is where that's useful. Ugh. I took an unnecessary amount of damage from that fight. Suppose I should have been using my call more. Now then. Poseidon involves a mini-boss, but Ares doesn't. I wonder, I've not yet noticed, but are items gained from bosses typically more rare? I'm not sure. Well, I'll go for Ares anyways. I don't particularly feel like fighting a mini-boss. Oh.
Respite.
And there's no enemy here at all.
Olympus, I accept this message.
I don't actually... Oh no, I do. Oh. I suppose I'll take this one. And getting a heal is also pretty good. I was at half health.
Hewn constructions of Elysium exist places of peace, so utterly serene and absolute as mortal kind is seldom to experience during the average short and often painful coil.
Is this really as good as it gets for mortal kind?
I think I'll go for the pomegranate. I don't have too much space left for anything other than passive boosts. Oh, there's so many attacks coming at me. I just need to keep moving. Oh, right. They can do that. Alright, I just need to keep moving, and just deal constant damage. I think my main issue with the spear is I don't like any weapon that causes me to stand still. And charging your special attack does. Although standing still can be interesting in some situations, but this game has enemies that move around so much that it feels like a waste to be standing still. Now then.
Palm power.
Yes. Alright. Let's fight a mini-boss. I'm curious. I don't actually know that I've encountered the mini-boss of this level. Oh, I have. And I don't like it. These butterflies are annoying enough on their own. I don't need them attached to a mini-boss with constant ads. Alright, I'm just going to continue to attack the ball. I don't care if any of these spirits manage to pick up any weapons. As long as the ball is alive, they'll keep spawning. Ugh. There we go. Alright, now I can finally deal with these. Alright, come on, gather all together. Gather all together so that I can use this. Okay, well, that wasn't a waste, but I would have liked everyone to have been in the same spot. I do hope that my clicking isn't audible. I did try and fix that early on, and I don't notice that I've ever gotten any complaints about it. Ooh. Oh, that is very interesting. I'll take it. Legendary boons are fairly rare. And I have a gift for this one now.
Amid Elysium's moss-covered chambers, carved of stone, stand untold numbers of eternal monuments in tribute to the greatest heroes which mortality can offer, there to honor them in life as well as death.
This place is near as gloomy as the house.
Wait, what do I have in my dash? I don't remember having anything. Ah, right. Increasing dash attack damage. Let's gift you.
Hey, look, I can tell you're struggling right now, and maybe this isn't the way to help you through it all, but I want you to have this.
Ah, so you are taking pity on me then? Well, I've no pride like many others here, so I shall take it. Though let's make it a fair exchange, shall we?
I am most grateful to you, sir.
remember too much about Patroclus.
I mean, shouldn't you be up and about, competing for eternal pride and glory and all that?
What's the use? Let's say we fought, if anybody asks. Now go. I've no quarrel with you. Besides, I'll just remain here comfortably at rest for some untold millennia, I guess. Have a nice... whatever time it is.
Now, I don't remember what he gives. I don't know that I've lost any uses of Death Defiance this run, which is surprising. Yes, I don't remember losing any at the very least. And I think I'll just take the Cyclops Jerky for bonus damage in the boss fight. My maximum health is high enough, I don't know that I'll need any more than 200.
Flame wheels.
Oh, I think this is the first time I've encountered this enemy. Oh dear. Having to defeat the crystals is a very annoying feat to take care of while you're dodging self-destructing enemies.
He's back. In the name of hate.
Alright. Yes, I'll take that one. I've not taken it yet.
Should I take the trade?
Sell? No, nothing I want to sell. Let's go to the shop. Maybe he has a euro. He does. Wonderful. May as well purchase everything. Numbing sensation. I've not taken that yet. And a little bit of extra health. Why not? I'm going into the final boss of the area. Might as well not have any losable resources on me at the time.
Time for the main event.
So, Hellspawn, you seek to break through to the surface of the world, but you shall not achieve your goal whilst I yet live and breathe, or the equivalent of it here in the splendors of Elysium.
And you leave me with little choice but to make you shut up already, and your bull-headed manservant there.
That Minotaur whom you address is my dear friend, you preconceiving stain upon the earth. Asterius and I are brothers here in death, as we were enemies in life. Not that you could ever understand fraternal bonds as strong as ours.
Oh. Oh. At least I'm hitting them both. I don't have to worry about trying to focus one at a time. That's very useful. Although I'm not doing particularly much damage. Interestingly, Theseus fights with the spear as well. He fights with a combination of the spear and the shield. There we go. I should probably go after Theseus since he was invisible. It's very difficult to get in dodges. Yes, I don't believe I will be getting through this with full uses of Death Defiance. Come on, come on. Oh, God. How long does he chase for? How... What are you supposed to do to avoid that? Dodge through him, perhaps? No, that doesn't do it. I guess you have to make him run into something. Oh, there goes my first use of Death Defiance. Hello, Mitzbun. Welcome. I just looked over at the comments for a second. Ugh. Alright, well. Ugh. I suppose I didn't get it. Oh, get any boons from Aphrodite this run, so I guess that makes a bit of sense. Ugh. I'll probably look at what you said in a bit, Mitzbun. Oh great, my cat just decided to walk in front of my screen. He's gone now, I'm fine. Ugh. Okay, I'm so close. I still have one use of Death Defiance, but I'd prefer to maintain it. Ugh. 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 I mean... Ugh. This isn't my longest stream, but I typically don't stream games for... I'm out of breath, actually. Ugh. I don't stream games for too much longer than 2 hours, and I'm just past the 2-hour mark. Some of my streams can be a fair bit shorter, around the hour mark. Ugh. Okay, what was this new item I got? After taking damage, become impervious to damage for 1 second. That's pretty good. You could probably do something with that. I won't be, but it seems like it could be useful. Yes. Yes, I was going to call this as my last run. It is getting fairly late. I'm not typically awake this late, actually. Yes, I was hoping for a health drop from that fountain.
Never been this far.
Okay, so there is, yes, one more level after that. Ooh, that was very hidden.
At last, the willful prince has ventured all the way up to the surface of the mortal realm. Yet still he is encased within the earth itself. The gateway to the underworld. A threshold from which there is no escape.
We'll see about that.
Yes, but during my art streams, I tend to stream for a fair bit longer. My longest stream was my...
The tales of what happens to those foolish enough to attempt to pass are far too graphic to describe.
Yes, the longest stream that I have done was my New Year's stream at 7 hours.
So it's really come to this, boy. After everything we've been through. Well then, this is how it has to be. There's nothing left to say. Except for, on your guard.
There's a shop right next to me. Okay.
I know why you're here. There has to be a way to make you look the other way. What if I help you with the Sata problem? Would you let me? Please. I have to find Persephone. My mother. You know what this means to me.
After a moment's hesitation and deliberation, the voracious hound of hell barks once, affirmatively toward the prince, who sets off in search of something that can sate the monster's appetites.
Now I just need to head off the beaten path here and see what I can find.
Interesting. Okay. Can't help but notice these are 3 very specific items that look as if they would go in those 3 plinths in my training room. I wonder when... Because this is the blood that you need to upgrade weapons. So is this an infinite route? I'm given quite a lot of options. I suppose I would for the pomegranate at this point, although am I trying to get money here? I don't need to purchase any of those, really. Suppose I'll go for the pomegranate then, in that case. Oh. I probably could have just stood still and used my AoE attack. Ah, interesting. I see. It's a chain of simple rooms in order to get a reward. I suppose after this I will be sent back to the main room in order to choose a new door. Yes, that's what it looks like. Well, my guess is that I'll head back to the main room. Although addressing what you were saying earlier, Mitzbun, about me not streaming this long, I would like to do longer streams. But these are rather tiring. I don't quite have the stamina to keep this up for too long. I was actually going to call it before this round, but I got raided, which is why there are comparatively many more people in here than normal. So I decided to keep going. Here we are. Oh, that's new. Ah, it's the big rat who makes all the rules. Well, fortunately, his only attack seems to be spraying poison on the ground around him, and I don't need to approach at all. Oh. Why are there so many enemies? Oh. That's a new trap. I've not seen that before. Yeah, I'll do a greater call. I would like to end this as quickly as possible. I'm taking a large amount of damage right now for very little reward. I suppose I'll improve my dash strike. I use that a fair amount. What is this? Health? Oh, it's not.
Exactly what I need.
Yes, I'll take that then.
Hope this can get me out of here.
Alright.
A moment's rest.
Yes, now I'm back at the start.
Let's see here.
Yeah, exactly as I thought. Alright. What am I looking for in particular?
Something I can use.
Am I meant to go through all of these rooms? I wonder. Well, I might as well go for the obol. I'm not entirely sure what these jade statues do, but I don't care to find out. So I will just kill them. Ah, rats again. Alright, let's try charging this. Okay, it's not as effective as just dashing around killing them. It was a nice thought at the very least.
No thanks.
Oh. Ah, that's what the jade statues do. Oh no, that's not what the jade statues do. That's just what the environmental hazard of the room does. There. Ugh. Yes, it's been a fairly quiet raid. There was the host that was talking of before, but they have since started lurking because they're working on something. But other than that, it's been relatively quiet. Them and one other person, both of whom followed me fairly recently, a couple of hours ago. See, that being Aqua Punk and, let's see, I believe it was Major Ghosts? No, Mad Penguin. This enemy is very difficult. Am I going to lose my Death Defiance? I am. Well, as long as I can build up to my greater... There we are. This should finish the fight.
The satyrs must be fashioning those things.
That was a very unfortunate round.
Back I go.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm meant to be working towards at this point. If I'm meant to be clearing every single one of these, that is quite the task. And all of that just to get past Cerberus, who is most likely not the final boss. I wonder if I'm even meant to go this far at my current level.
What is this stuff?
I feel like there are quite a few upgrades that I have yet to receive that seem like they would probably be very useful for this point in the game. I wonder how many longevity upgrades there, or not longevity, but survivability, I suppose would be the word that I'm looking for. Things that help me continue going for a while. Ways to regenerate health, specifically, is what I'm thinking of. Oh.
Disgusting. Cerberus will love it.
Alright.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Okay, so you have to choose the right one. Oh, that's interesting. I suppose since most bosses can't take knockback, then it's best to deal bonus damage to them instead. I think this will be slightly more useful. I'm also glad that I was able to restore some health. Okay. So I probably want to purchase these pomegranates. Blade Rift. Which do I want? Probably the metal. Alright. Have a nice nap, Aqua Punch. Or Punk. It looks a bit too much like Punch in this name. I assume it's because Punk was taken.
Let me pass if I hand it over, okay?
Terrifying Cerberus accepts the fetid sack and scans the darkened hall for where best to consume the stomach-turning contents.
I owe you one, boy. I did it.
Yes. Yes, fortunately my name is not very common, so it wasn't taken. Oh, hello, Hades.
Of course. I never grew accustomed to the air.
Nice helmet.
It gusts senselessly whichever way it pleases. I suppose you must prefer it to the stillness of the air below.
But, as I was saying before, you weren't here at this point, Mitzbun, but I was talking about how When Persephone isn't on the surface, it's winter time. And it is currently winter, and the current goal is to find where Persephone is.
Here up here seems pretty good so far, but I will reserve judgment till I've had my fill. I have to say, though, Father, the Helm of Darkness suits you. I'm touched you dust it off on my account.
It should not have had to come to this. For all your antics with me yet around the house, I always kept my temper, have I not? Unlike you.
Well, let's see. You've berated me repeatedly and often. You've lied to me, mustered your wretched forces to kill me over and over, but sure, I'll grant you that you've always kept most of your anger bottled up. All that's about to change, then?
We're gods, boy. Killing one another is a lot. Although I always thought I was above it. I told you that you cannot leave this place. It seems I must enforce my rules myself. I'm sending you home. Now.
No, you're going home, not me.
Alright. Ah. And he is using the spear, which is his weapon.
I suppose that you must hate the very sight of me. You'll understand then why I wear the Helm of Darkness.
Oh, he does a lot of damage with a single attack. Oh, does he have all of the same attacks that I do, then? Because boiling blood is the ability I have that causes my enemies to take more damage when I have them affected with it. I wonder, does his weapon change based on the weapon that I have equipped? It's a interesting guess, but I doubt it. Oh, well, I probably should have saved that for a better time. There's my first Death Defiance. I believe I still have another one. No, that is my last one. So said Zagreus. Okay, that's all of the ads taken care of. Yes, I don't believe I'll be defeating Ares today. Alright, come now. Need to defeat these. I don't want to take the... I can't see it. Alright. Oh. Oh, that call is so incredibly useful. Although, I think I needed it more now. Alright. Ah.
You well could have expected this result.
Oh. I was closer than I thought I would be. A lot closer.
Damn you, Father.
That was very fun. Alright then, well. That's it for me. Thanks for coming by at the End Mitts Bun. Thanks for the raiding party from Major Ghosts. Let's see, this is the first time I've had such a large group of people at the end of my stream. Maybe now I should see about raiding. I have no idea how it works. I've never used it before. Let's see. I think I'll raid Pascal. I don't necessarily have any messages for this. I feel like it'd be the correct thing to do to have a raid message. But I also don't want to disturb him too much, so I'll just start the raid and see how it goes. All right. Well, that's the end of the stream. I hope everyone still here has enjoyed it. But I am signing off. My cat is also walking around on top of my desk. If my face has been looking weird or if it's freezing, that's the reason. Well, I hope to all see you there.